Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Nous vous souhaitons la bienvenue au Gala de l'excellence virtuelle 2020 de l'École de gestion Telfer.
My name is Andrew Laddie, and here's my co-host for the evening, Anne-Marie Roy. We want to officially welcome you to our first ever virtual Telfer School of Management Gala of Excellence. We will keep you entertained for the next hour.
Andrew et moi sommes vos agents d'engagement des diplômés et nous vous remercions d'être des nôtres ce soir. Nous avons beaucoup de choses à célébrer ensemble. Ce soir, nous reconnaissons les récipiendaires de 3 médailles Trudeau, du prix Philo du Doyen et du prix Jeune Phoenix.
We're also celebrating the 10th, 25th, 40th, and 50th class anniversaries. Let's kick the show off by celebrating the class of 1970.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon dust in your hair and golden starlight in your eyes of blue. And that is why all the girls could.
Then Boeing history, a time to look forward and a time to look back to the beginnings.
Félicitations encore à nos diplômés célébrant leur 50e anniversaire. Nous allons maintenant procéder avec notre première nomination de la soirée. Accueillez chaleureusement Christine Auger, présidente de l'Association des diplômés du MBA, qui présentera le premier prix.
This evening, the Young Achievers Award recipient has been nominated by his peer and selected by the Telfer School Award Selection Committee. Le prix Jeune Phoenix est décerné à chaque année à une personne qui a atteint un impressionnant niveau de succès en très peu de temps, soit avant l'âge de 40 ans. Along with having achieved greatness professionally, the recipient of the Young Achievers Award must also have demonstrated superior commitment to their community and to their alma mater. This year, Young Achievers Award winner is Pouya Safi. Pouya is currently Associate Director of the Professional Development Institute at the University of Ottawa. He is also a part-time professor specializing in finance, ethics, social responsibility, sustainability, leadership, and management at the University of Ottawa Telfer School of Management, where he co-founded the School Financial Lab and Telfer Capital Fund and introduced and developed a mandatory course on finance ethics. He is also a board member and treasurer at Voice Fund, whose mission is to prevent sexual abuse and exploitation and to support the healing and recovery of individual and community from the health, financial, and emotional impact of sexual exploitation. Pouya holds an MBA and a BCom in finance from the University of Ottawa. In his free time, Pouya loves to travel, visited nearly 60 countries, and is passionate about continuous learning and helping those around him through his volunteer mentoring and coaching of various initiatives at the University of Ottawa. Congratulations on this well-deserved award, Pouya. Félicitations.
I'm so honored and humbled to have been selected as this year's Telfer Young Achiever. To me, this award doesn't define any sort of success that I have achieved. It means that hope has prevailed. I'm a product of hope. The hope of a little 4-year-old boy that came to Canada with his family in search of a better life from a country hurt by war and also civil unrest. That hope is what my parents tried to instill in me. That hope is how I try to carry myself every day. And that hope is what I hope to pass on to future generations. I don't consider myself an overly talented, academically gifted, or faultless individual. But what I have always tried to do is give my very best and to surround myself with positive, hardworking individuals that can bring the best out in me. I've always believed if you're given an opportunity that you must seize it, because you don't know when the next will come. Seizing these opportunities are instrumental in capitalizing on success. But to me, success is not defined by your position, the amount of money you make, your net worth, your possessions, or your status, or your social media presence. Success is defined by the number of people for whom you leave a positive impact on in their life and the number of people that positively impact yours. And that is what continues to motivate me every day to do better and be better. I'd be remiss if I also didn't take a second to acknowledge two very formative people. First, former Dean Julian, who was at the helm of Telfer for over a decade and was the visionary who turned Telfer into the top-tier school it is today, and who was limitless in his effort and support of all those around him. And second, Professor Alan Riding, who I had first had the honor of being taught under during my undergrad, and who then supported and encouraged me to start teaching by uncovering that passion. Both of them and countless others at Telfer and the University of Ottawa are the reasons that I bleed grey and garnet, and so proud to be part of the alumni. Thank you to my family, my friends, my students, my colleagues, and the Telfer School, who have all positively impacted my life, believed in me, and giving these countless opportunities to succeed. But most importantly, thank you for making the hopes of a little 4-year-old boy come true. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Puya. We will now continue our evening with some entertainment from Casco, a student-run organization at the Telfer School of Management.
For 20 years, Casco has produced an annual gala show, putting the spotlight on the many talents of Telfer and University of Ottawa students to raise money for CHEO, the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. $62,000 was raised last year for youth mental health initiatives, and in total, Casco has raised over $700,000. Casco's 21st annual gala will be online. A weekly video series of music and dance performances will be live on social media from November 2nd to December 21st.
Merci Casco pour cette belle performance. Nous aimerions maintenant féliciter la classe de promotion de l'année 1980 pour leur 40e anniversaire. Afin de célébrer, voici quelques souvenirs précieux des années 80.
What a great walk down memory lane. Congratulations to all alumni celebrating their 40-year milestone. I would like to introduce Claudia Levac, President of the EMBA Alumni Association, to present our next award.
Bonsoir, good evening. My name is Claudia Levac and I am the President of the Executive MBA Alumni Association. It is my pleasure to be with you tonight as I present the first 2020 Trudeau Medal winner. Trudeau medalists have been nominated by their peers and selected by the Telfer Schools Award Selection Committee, composed of our 4 alumni associations. La médaille Trudeau fut établie en l'honneur du révérend Père Roland Trudeau, directeur du département de commerce de 1950 à 1965. Cette médaille est l'honneur le plus prestigieux qu'accorde l'École de gestion Telfer à ses diplômés, dans le but de mettre en évidence leur excellence et d'offrir des modèles à nos jeunes diplômés. Elle est décernée en reconnaissance du leadership, de l'esprit d'initiative et de l'engagement des récipiendaires à l'essor de leur organisation, de la collectivité et de leur alma mater. The Trudeau Medal was established in 1989 by the late Marc Roy, the founding president of the school's Alumni Association, to recognize our alumni and their leadership. Ce soir, notre premier gagnant de la médaille Trudeau est Dan Moorcroft. Dan Moorcroft is a C-level executive in professional services, government, and IMIT with proven leadership ability of both small and large teams in both the private and public sectors. A change leader with keen attention to detail and who builds effective teams empowered with accountability and focused on service delivery, with a record of dramatic improvements in policy and process, cost savings, and P&L. Dan is a member of the Institute of Internal Auditors, CEO in Residence and Chairman, Dean's Advisory Board here at the Telfer School, Co-Chairman and Advisory Committee member, Professional Services Acquisition Advisory Committee for Public Works and Government Services Canada, and a former public servant. Executive team player and strong communicator who thrives on responsibility and accountability, Dan has a Telfer Master of Business Administration degree and an undergraduate law degree. Félicitations, Dan, pour ce prix bien mérité.
Bonsoir, good evening. My name is François Julien et je suis le doyen sortant de l'École de gestion Telfer. C'est avec grand plaisir et beaucoup de fierté que je remets ce soir la première médaille Trudeau de la soirée à M. Dan Moorcroft. Congratulations, Dan, for this well-earned, highly prestigious award.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Thank you again, Dean Julien, and thank you, everybody. I'd like to start by saying I'm incredibly humbled to receive this wonderful honor that you've bestowed upon me. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my wife, Aya, and my children, Emma and Lucas. Of course, they're an incredible and integral part of this journey we call life. And I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank the entire team at my firm, QMR Consulting, for being the thoughtful and courageous leaders that they are in all of their personal and professional pursuits, and especially now during this truly awful global pandemic that we find ourselves in. In fact, it's through everyone's contributions, of course, that and dedications that I even have the opportunity to work and serve with Telfer and all of my wonderful colleagues here. I'm also very grateful for the continued opportunity to work with Telfer School of Management and the University of Ottawa. As a Telfer alumni, I'm very encouraged by the ongoing developments in Telfer's direction and commitment to excellence, of course. The Telfer School continues to grow and set new standards in management education. If you're part of the Telfer community, you're engaged in the business of building a better Canada. I can tell you it's incredibly rewarding to work with the students and the faculty and the staff, of course, to share our experiences and the common goal of uniting in our approach to building the future of Telfer in our region, of course, and our country, Canada. As a mentor in the Telfer Executive Mentorship Program, I'm rewarded with an incredible level of fulfillment in helping students to open their minds to some of the possibilities just by sharing a little bit of my perspective and a little of my gray hair-worthy experience. Of course, in today's reality of this crushing pandemic, we all have to work together with empathy and to ensure that we're connecting effectively with people. So please, take time to build upon your empathy, listen to people, and consider their perspectives and the perspectives of others. Thank you again for this wonderful recognition. I'm most humbled in receiving this honor. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Félicitations encore, Dan. Maintenant, nous aimerions partager avec vous des mises à jour excitantes à l'école Telfer. Je vous présente notre doyen intérimaire, Wojtek Michalowski, ainsi que James Price, notre directeur général, développement et engagement communautaire, qui vous parleront de la nouvelle vision de l'école.
It's clear that the school is on the cusp of something pretty special.
This transformative change started about 12 years ago with a gift from Jan Telfer, so we are named after him. When we started to invest more in research, we developed a number of research-intensive programs. We developed, as you know, 2 MSc programs. We developed a doctoral program. With this gift allow us also to expand school as we are. So as you know, about, I think around half or even more of our faculty members were recruited in about last 7 or so years. So that had a significant impact on who we are and what we do. As a result, we came with 4 areas, we call it areas of strategic impact. I think that with these areas we are really going to make mark as a business school.
The Telfer Vision for a Better Canada, which reflects what you're talking about in terms of a management school's role in really tackling some of the pressing issues that are facing society and business.
The role of university and role of business school is for a betterment of the society. We identified 4 pillars and look for solutions not for today, but for tomorrow.
So the Telfer Vision for a Better Canada is really about a greener Canada by putting sustainability at the center of business decision making. It's about a healthier Canada and recognizing that the health system needs to innovate and transform, and we're seeing that in the current reality. A happier Canada, making sure that workplace well-being is at the center of understanding workplace mental health to create thriving organizations. And finally, as you said, a wealthier, more prosperous Canada. How do we allow people to reach their potential from an entrepreneurship standpoint and innovation standpoint so that we have a wealthier, more prosperous nation for everyone.
Thank you, Dean Michalowski and James, for the exciting updates. We now want to congratulate the class of 1995 for their 25th year anniversary milestone. Here's some memorable pop culture references.
Look at the situation.
Long time ago, where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? But I hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
From here to there.
J'aimerais maintenant inviter Diana Kolesarova, présidente de l'Association des diplômés du BCom Telfer, à nous présenter le prochain prix.
Bonsoir, good evening. My name is Diana Kolesarova, and I am the president of the Telfer Alumni Association. Tonight, I will be introducing our second winner of the Trudeau Medal, Miss Caroline Xavier. Caroline Xavier a été nommée sous-ministre déléguée d'Immigration, Réfugiés et Citoyenneté Canada en février 2020. Prior to this appointment, Ms. Xavier held the position of Assistant Secretary to the Cabinet, Security and Intelligence at the Privy Council Office as of June 2017. Between 2007 and 2017, she has also occupied numerous key positions within the Canada Border Services Agency, CBSA, including Vice President and Associate Vice President of the Operations Branch. Before joining the CBSA, she held executive positions with the Communications Security Establishment Canada, Industry Canada, and Canada Revenue Agency. Madame Xavier travaille au sein de la fonction publique depuis plus de 30 ans. Caroline is a graduate of the University of Ottawa, bachelor's degree in administration, concentration in marketing and informatics, and of the Dalhousie University, Nova Scotia, executive master's degree in electronic commerce. She is a proud mother of two young professional women, Kyla and Dominique. Félicitations à Madame Caroline Xavier pour ce prestigieux prix.
So as you can see, we're not at the Shaw Centre, but I'm really thrilled to be here with you today. Thank you so much for the University of Ottawa, specifically the Telfer School of Management, for this recognition. C'est un honneur pour moi de recevoir ce prix et de me joindre à une liste d'anciens qui démontrent notre réussite et notre succès. The time I spent at university was instrumental to propelling my career as well as my life. J'apprécie énormément mon ami de longues années et aussi un gradué de Telfer, Musée Pierre Jérôme, ainsi que sa sœur Martine Senior, who were instrumental in my application for this recognition. Your confidence and your belief in me in submitting my name for such a prestigious award is overwhelming. I must also thank my two daughters, Kyla and Dominic, for their ongoing love and support. You continue to keep me grounded, and more importantly, you inspire me on a daily basis. I am so proud of both of you. And thank you to the many colleagues with whom I've had the pleasure to work over the last 30 years in the Department of Canada, Customs and Revenue Agency, Industry Canada, Communications Security Establishment, the Canada Border Services Agency, the Privy Council Office, and now Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada. Like many racialized Canadians, I have encountered obstacles in my professional life. Many times, and perhaps too many times, I have attended meetings where very few, if any, public servants looked like me. Despite this, however, I have not lost faith or confidence in our ability to change and evolve as a public service. I am proud of the many discussions that are now taking place in my department, our government, and as a society. I am confident that there is commitment to address the systemic problems of race in our federal levels and to take concrete actions that will achieve workplaces and workforces that are inclusive, diverse, and safe. To quote Canadian politician and female activist, the late Rosemary Brown, "Until all of us have made it, none of us have made it. And we must open the doors and we must see that they stay open so that others can pass through." And as Kamala Harris's mother said, "You may be the first to do many things, but make sure that you're not the last." Je vais continuer de faire ma part pour garder les portes grandes ouvertes. Pour cet honneur, je remercie infiniment the Telfer School of Management. Merci beaucoup.
Congratulations again, Caroline. Stay with us for another performance by Casco. Enjoy.
Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady, little unsteady.
Merci Casco pour cette belle performance. Nous aimerions maintenant féliciter la classe de promotion de l'année 2010 pour leur 10e anniversaire. Voici des souvenirs de la culture pop d'il y a 10 ans.
Don't stop, make it pop, DJ blow my speakers up tonight. I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. No, oh, 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 oh. Don't stop,
came to move, 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 move. Oh, 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 oh my gosh. You make me wanna say, oh, 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 oh.
We hope that you're enjoying your evening thus far. I'd like to now present to you Mark Venturi, President of the MHA Alumni Association, to present the next award.
Bonsoir, good evening. My name is Mark Venturi and I'm the President of the MHA Alumni Association. It is a great honor to introduce this evening's third Trudeau Medal recipient, Lloyd Cope. When Lloyd returned from a 2-year volunteer assignment in the Democratic Republic of Congo working as administrative assistant at a mission hospital, he knew he wanted to become a healthcare administrator. Working within hospitals to organize systems to help people recover became his passion. After receiving his Master's in Health Administration from University of Ottawa, he began his career providing strategic leadership to Ontario and East African hospitals. In 2000, Lloyd was appointed President and CEO of Pembroke Regional Hospital, leading through an expansion project that doubled its size. He initiated innovative partnerships with the Ottawa Hospital and Algonquin College that brought enhanced services and medical training programs into this 200-bed rural hub. Lloyd mentored many McMaster MBA co-op health administration students and provided sessional lectures in health administration at Mohawk College and Lakehead University. Seeing others experience success in their profession brought him satisfaction. Lloyd balanced his career with mentoring healthcare students, community outreach, serving on the boards of Conrad Grebel University College, Pembroke Kiwanis Club, Mennonite Economic Development Associates, African Medical Research Foundation, and many committees of the Ontario Hospital Association. Since retiring in 2006, Lloyd and his wife have led annual mission groups of 5 to 15 volunteers to Shirati Hospital in Tanzania, building infrastructure to provide clean water for patients and community, constructing and supplying equipment for a new laboratory and ICU, teaching English, and doing village outreach. Lloyd considered it rewarding to support these programs in Africa, where he initiated a successful career. Congratulations, Lloyd, on this well-deserved award.
Thank you very much for this award. I feel honored and humbled. Honored because you as a selection committee have chosen me in recognition of my life's work in hospital administration and in community service. And I'm humbled because there are so many people who have contributed so much to my success. Early mentors who shared their wisdom freely. Profs at the Master of Health Administration program here at the University of Ottawa in the 70s who taught me to question assumptions and reframe questions to make sure that you could get to the right answers. In particular, I want to thank Barbara Hendrick for nominating me and for her commitment and leadership to CACHA, Canada-Africa Community Health Alliance, the charity that supports the volunteer work that I do in Tanzania. Finally, and most importantly, I want to recognize and thank my wife, Erla, for her support and encouragement, for keeping the home and family schedules going when my board meetings ran late, and joining me as co-lead of the 16 missions that we led to hospitals since our retirement in Tanzania over the last 15 years. It's wonderful when the love of your life can be your service partner delivering development projects to wonderful people in remote corners of the world. Thank you again.
Félicitations encore une fois à Lloyd. J'aimerais maintenant laisser la parole à Priya Aduvala, diplômée du BCom 2020 avec honneur et ancienne présidente du Club d'entrepreneuriat, qui nous parlera de son expérience et de l'importance de la philanthropie.
Dear alumni, bonjour. My name is Priya Adivala, and I just earned my BCom in marketing this past June, and I'm so proud to join the ranks of alumni. Congratulations on your gala reunion celebration. I wish we could all be together in person because I'd love to hear your hilarious stories from your time as students and get your advice as I've just entered the workforce full-time myself. I'm grateful, however, that we have this platform and alternative ways to stay connected even when we're apart. Aujourd'hui, je suis ici pour vous parler du pouvoir de la philanthropie à l'école Telfer. En tant qu'étudiante, j'ai eu la chance de bénéficier du soutien philanthropique à bien des égards. L'année dernière, en tant que présidente du Club des entrepreneurs, j'ai pu être témoin du généreux soutien des donateurs envers les clubs d'étudiants qui ont permis de souligner les efforts d'entrepreneuriat, les initiatives d'apprentissage, le mentorat ou encore les concours de cap. J'ai également été l'heureuse récipiendaire de la bourse d'entrepreneuriat Kevin Volley qui m'a permis de poursuivre mes études sans me soucier de ma situation financière. Merci à ceux d'entre vous qui ont été des donateurs fidèles et généreux. Today, I'd like to ask you to consider making a gift in honor of your reunion. This year, more than ever, students could really use that boost, both financially and with the positive encouragement that comes from knowing that you, our alumni donors, are there for them. Where to give and what to give? Just click Donate on the Telfer School's webpage or follow the link provided in our chat, and you'll see one of the funds that is having a big impact during this pandemic. And that is the Telfer Student Financial Assistance Fund. This year, several co-op placements were canceled as a result of the pandemic, which has had a significant financial impact on many affected students. The support from donors for this fund ensures that deserving students receive scholarships that allow them to continue their studies despite financial hardship. Contributions can also equip students and faculty with the tools needed for a stimulating virtual learning experience. Your gifts allow us to promote excellence, helping attract the best and brightest students and relieving some of their financial burden so that they can focus on their studies. All it takes is a few clicks. I've just made my first gift as an alumna, and I hope you'll consider joining me. Wherever you choose to direct your support, know that you will have an immediate impact on the academic experience and overall well-being of Telfer students. Thank you and happy celebration. Merci et bonne célébration.
Thank you, Priya, for that inspiring testimonial. Now, allow me to introduce former Dean François Julien and interim Dean Wojtek Michalowski to present the Dean's Philos Award.
Chaque année, lors du Gala de l'excellence de l'École de gestion Telfer, le doyen de l'école remet la distinction du prix Philos du doyen. Ce prix reconnaît les réalisations remarquables au niveau philanthropique, de même que l'engagement communautaire exemplaire de certains de ses diplômés. The award was created in 2004 on the school's 35th anniversary.
Bonsoir, good evening. My name is Wojtek Michalowski and I am the interim dean of the Telfer School of Management. Tonight, it is my pleasure to present the Dean's Philos Award to Dan Greenberg and Barbara Crook. Through the Danby Foundation, Dan and Barbara have generously supported cancer research and care, mental health services, the arts, and more. As community leaders who devote their time to various committees and causes, they have inspired a spirit of giving in the National Capital Region and beyond. In 2018, Barbara and Dan were awarded a Meritorious Service Medal by the Governor General. Dan is a past board member of the Queensway Carlton Hospital Foundation and serves as Vice President of the Irving Greenberg Memorial Camp Fund, which enables children living in non-profit housing in central Ottawa to attend summer camp at no cost. Barbara and Dan are co-leaders of the Danby Foundation, which is responsible for the couple's joint philanthropy to Ottawa area causes including its Jewish community, the Queensway Carlton Hospital Foundation, the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation, the Royal Ottawa Foundation for Mental Health, the Great Canadian Theatre Company, the Ottawa Senators Foundation, and the Ottawa Hospital Foundation. Congratulations, Barbara and Dan, on this well-deserved award. It is my pleasure to give the Dean's Philos Award to Barbara Crook and Dan Greenberg.
Thank you so much. It's a real honor for us to receive it.
Merci beaucoup.
It's a real honor for us to receive this award. We are so impressed by the programs in the school, by the research that's going on here, by the talent of the students, and by the fact that there are students from around the world studying here and contributing their brains and their talent and their inspiration.
As a graduate of the former Faculty of Administration, it's a real honor to return here and be recognized almost 40 years from when I studied here at now Telfair. So thank you very much, everyone involved.
Félicitations encore une fois à Barbara Crook et Dan Greenberg pour ce prix bien mérité. Nous espérons que vous avez été bien divertis ce soir. Nous ne pouvons laisser la soirée se terminer sans rendre hommage à notre cher doyen François Julien qui a pris sa retraite cette année. Voici quelques mots de la part de Ian Telfer et président Frémont pour souligner son immense contribution au fil des années.
Francois brought a lot to this job. He brought a lot of enthusiasm, he brought a lot of energy, he brought a lot of understanding, and I think his accomplishments will be with us for a long, long time.
Mon cher François, tu es déjà rendu à la fin de ton mandat de doyen à la Telfair. Je tiens à te remercier au nom de tout le monde, de tous les gens de la communauté de Telfair, de la communauté de l'Université d'Ottawa, mon nom personnel. Je tiens à te remercier pour le travail formidable que tu as fait. Ton apport a vraiment été remarquable.
So Francois, thanks for all you did for me, for the school, for the students, and for education. To Francois.
We really truly hope that you've enjoyed your evening with us tonight. Thank you for attending our first virtual gala. Congratulations again to all award winners and alumni celebrating an anniversary year. We also want to extend a special thank you to the student organization Casco. Telfair School of Management has 14 clubs like what you saw today with Casco presenting and performing tonight. Casco was founded in September 1998 as an initiative through the shared vision between two friends, Alexandre Saint-Jean and Tuan Nguyen. They both want to show support, raise money, and honor their dearly departed friend Eric Denny, who passed away from leukemia. In 20 years, it has touched and inspired thousands of students to give back and has raised over $700,000 just last year. For the past 21 years, Casco has produced an annual gala show, putting the spotlight on the talents of the University of Ottawa students. The much anticipated soiree is one comprised of song, dance, and fashion, and succeeds in unifying students, business professionals, and community members with the common goal of providing support for the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. For more information pertaining to the Casco Gala, please visit www.casco-telfair.ca, where you can support, contribute, or donate your time to such a special cause. Thank you.
Pour conclure la soirée, on aimerait remercier tous les gens impliqués dans la création de ce gala virtuel et cette vidéo, à nos champions de classe, à Orchestra, aux 4 présidents des associations des diplômés et à toute l'équipe d'engagement des diplômés Telfair. On vous invite maintenant à profiter d'une dernière performance Casco pour boucler la soirée. Santé à tous et à toutes!
Hello?